Well, it's Wednesday, which means weather or not. And I got to say, this question this time, I had literally no idea.
This
It
one
was a complete guess.
Yeah, it really was. So basically, Lauren asked us a particular question, very scientific, and we have to not research it, but we have to guess based on the question.
Sometimes based on our knowledge, and this time, no knowledge.
Most of the time, I guess it's a guess.
Yeah, most of
This
the
is
time.
a little harder. So this week we're talking about our atmosphere, and as you guys all know, we do put these out on social media as well, so our viewers to answer. So we're talking about the atmosphere. If we wanted to go about halfway up into the atmosphere, what pressure level do we end up at? So the answers were 500, 600, 700, and 850, and that's millibars. And so you all know we put these out on social media. Let's see what our viewers thought. It was kind of an even split amongst all of the viewers. I think it was between, there you go. There wasn't really one that was leaning. I guess most people thought about 600 millibars. 850 and 500 tied at 25%, and 700 tied at, or just had 17%. And then Good Day, you guys also answered these questions as well.
Forgot what
so
I said.
everyone said, we had different answers across the board. Courtney had A, Friendy had B, Destiny, Taylor, and Jason had C, and Britt said D. So we should drum roll.
Okay.
The answer is A. Good job, Courtney King.
Oh, okay, good Courtney.
There we go.
Good guess,
Cool.
Courtney.
Yeah.
So standard sea level pressure, if you've ever heard, is about 1,013 millibars.
Okay.
Now, what is a millibar?
It's just Courtney's dancing in the background right now. I'm really happy. Yeah, it's just a way that we measure our atmospheric pressure. Pressure is measured.
Like the barometer or something?
Barometer is what
Okay.
measures our pressure, and the millibars is the units that we
Got
use.
it.
So it's basically it's basically kind of the weight of the atmosphere on our head. So down here at sea level, it's about 1,013 millibars. That's typically standard. Now it can be lower or higher, obviously depending on the weather. If there's a low pressure in place, the pressure is going to be a little bit lower. Generally, that will mean that there's gloomy weather. High pressure in place, maybe a little bit higher than that 1,013. But overall, general standard sea level pressure is 1,013 millibars. So half of 1,000 is 500.
Okay.
So if we went all the way up into the atmosphere, about halfway through, we end up at 500 millibars. And that's typically, it's also kind of one of the charts that we look at. We look at the 500 millibar chart to see where we might see, different systems starting to move through. Troughs and ridges, remember we talked about those before. So when we look at weather maps, we're not just looking at the surface. We got to look at all different levels, and 500 is about halfway up our atmosphere.
Very cool.
There it is. Okay.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Nice.
Thanks for that, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Stay with us, you guys. We have your morning sports update with Courtney King coming up after the break.